Hey there everyone. First stealther of the season this year. Ride just pulled away. And today it's going to be a state recreation area in Michigan. And it's also first day of spring turkey hunt. So I did see a car back there, and there is some fields over around the corner. So I'm going to head down, I'm going to catch a trail. I'm going to take that back a little bit, and the state rec area borders up against a Boy Scout camp that has a lot of property around it, which is not in use as of right now. There were no cars at it, so I think that's going to be the spot. To start, I've got to come down this road a little bit, and then I'll catch up to the trail. It's a nice day today, 82 degrees, and feeling great to be back out. All right, here we're going to catch the trail, and we're going to go a little bit farther in. This way leads down to a campground that's for backpacking only. This way is the trail loop that goes around the lake, and we're going to head up this way. Got just a little bit of elevation here, and I'm definitely not in shape yet. Well, too much imbibing over the winter months has taken its toll, but we'll get there. Well, part of the Potawatomi Trail. That's what we're on. They have cleared a lot of trees and vegetation along these power lines here. This was never like this before. Well, getting closer to where I want to cut in at. I'm still on the trail, and this is a nice dirt trail with pine needles. Very soft, very quiet. And somewhere back here is where I want to go, but I'm going to go a little farther down and see if there's a trail that kind of cuts through to that Boy Scout camp. Whoa boy. Now look at that big pine, and either wind or lightning took down at least a quarter of it there. That is a big piece of the tree that came down. Well, apparently there isn't a trail that goes through to the Boy Scout camp. I thought there was. There's not. So I'm going to have to just do a little bushwhacking to get back to where I want to be. But there's a pretty nice view here. Here we are up on top of this ridge, and it goes down, and there is a lake down there that connects to a few other lakes in the chain. But we're not going down there. What we're going to do is head back this way. And we're going to get back into some of these pines. There's a few areas where they're kind of thick. That's where I'm headed. Okay, this is where I'm going to go in. Back to those pines that you see. Kind of got this branch, this dead part of the tree here, pointing in like a long finger, saying this is the way. And the good thing is, I haven't seen anyone else. No hikers, no bikers. And I'm far enough away, I think, from where that car was in the beginning. I shouldn't be bothering the turkey hunter. So we are gonna head on back through a little bit of this thick stuff. Okay, I started going in and it's really thick. And I know it's early in the year, but I'm just worried about ticks. So I stopped and put my pants back on, and I'm gonna attempt this again. But I saw something crazy right next to the trail here, and I'm glad I didn't sit in this spot, so let me show you that. Look. Oh boy, look at the ants. That is nasty. I can hear them moving. That's not somewhere you want to sit. All right. Well, there's someone's old tree stand, but they're not using that this time of year. This is a nice open spot, and there, with the posted sign for no trespassing, is probably where the edge of the Boy Scout camp starts. But it's also thick stuff. I wonder if I get a little bit further in, if under those pines it probably won't have that stuff. If not, this is a potential area here. Yep, this is the boundary. So we are coming this way a little bit more, and I think it will work out just fine. This is going to be a good spot right in here. I might come over to the side just a bit more, and we'll get a little bit of view by the ridge on this side of the pine forest. Okay, on second thought, as I look up these and see any number of widowmakers that could fall down, and seeing that other tree that was snapped in half, gives me a little pause with the decision to do it here. So I might do the hammock just over there a little bit and get some hardwoods instead of these pines. Well, hammock is set up. I'm in a better spot. Don't really see, well, this tree does have some branches up there, but not as bad as it was before. And I have a new setup I'm doing with my hammock this year, and this was the first time with it. and it went really easy. It's gonna go super fast the next time too. It'll just get easier. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm doing. Okay, this is the Hennessy hammock. This is the Deluxe Explorer asymmetrical zip. Here's the zipper. I used to have, my original Hennessy had the Velcro entrance on the bottom, and after years of use that just got all kinds of junk in with the Velcro. It wasn't shutting right. This side entry is much better. I had the snake skins. That's for easy pack up. Also keeps the rain, if it's going to come down, it's not going to come onto the hammock. And this year I upgraded to a suspension system. This one's the Eno. It's a kangaroo strap, so it has multiple areas for attachment all the way down. And I also have a rounded carabiner, and the new thing I went with here, these night eyes. These guys are amazing. So you hook it onto the carabiner, and this just works. You thread the line for the hammock through, and you just pull it to adjust the tension, and when you're done, quick release it, and it's done. Easy, easy, easy. And I have a new rain fly. The fly that I originally had for my first hammock got all tacky. I don't know what they treat it with before you get it, but after years of use it just got really tacky. And then I have an enlarged rain fly that I use when I'm on my backpacking trips and I need more shelter, but I ordered an ultralight rain fly. It's the small one. And I'm not sure I'm going to put it on tonight because it's not supposed to rain. This guy has got to go. Well, everything's holding. That's a good sign. Now I'm gonna have a frosty beverage and relax a little bit, because I am a little tired from that hike in. Well, I had a fancy new Carhartt. I had a fancy new Carhartt cooler, black, replaced my bright blue one that I had last year. As my wife was dropping me off and I was trying to get last minute things into my bag, I believe I left it in the car. So, oh boy. No beers for me, and the hamburger I had for lunch is also going to have to be my dinner, because I don't think I have anything else in my bag. Well, I just called the wife, and yeah, I left my new cooler in the car when she dropped me off. So my yummy pizza sausages, my 3 beers, and my dark chocolate snack are not here. Luckily I have water, and luckily I did have a big hamburger for lunch, because I'm not getting anything else until morning now. Yep. So I forgot that, and I also forgot the stakes that I use for the hammock tie-outs, which isn't really a big deal today because there was trees close enough that I could tie into. And I don't think I'm going to put the tarp on, so I don't need it for that, but I feel like a novice. This is definitely the first trip of the year, and it will only get better from here, I hope. So, without any food, and without my beer, my cold, delicious beer, I think what I'm going to do now is go back to the trail, check out if this is visible from it. I don't think it is. I'm back at least 70, 80 yards from the trail, and there's a lot of thick stuff growing around the pine trees, and I don't think you can see anything, but I'm going to check. And the trail does go down by the lake, and there's a nice footbridge that goes over it, so I'll go check that out too. We'll go take a look at that, and then I'll come back and relax without any beer. Okay, let's go back a ways from this camp. Let's see if we can see it or not. Oh wow, I'm not that far away at all, and it's hard to see. Yeah, I'm not even really halfway to the trail, and it's tough to see. No one's going to see that. All right, back out on the trail, and we are so far back there, no one's going to see. Perfect. Just a little bit downhill, and we'll be closer to the water and the bridge. Okay, we're almost to the bridge. Can't eat, can't drink. Well, I have water. But besides that, we'll at least get a nice view up here. Bit of a boardwalk here. Brings you up. And around. And here is the bridge. Swampy ground around here. Well, that's the first person I saw walking today. And here's the bridge. A couple of kayakers. Well, we're not in the mountains, but the law of the mountain still stands. What goes down must go up. Okay, back up the hill, and it's quiet. Just saw that one guy hiking by the bridge. The kayakers, of course, are no issue. And now I've got to make it back in. There's no one on the trail. I don't hear anything. We got to get back in because a hiker, a mountain biker, anyone could come down these trails that's out enjoying this day. And there we are. Everything just like we left it. Time for some water and sit down and rest for a little bit. Well, since I'm not going to be cooking tonight, I definitely have more than enough fuel for my new toy, which is meant to help keep some of these mosquitoes away. We'll see how good it works. The new toy is this thermacell that connects directly to my fuel canister, and there's a nice little light in there that shows me that it's on and working. I can see it smoking away here, but I am getting bit up, so we'll see how good this works. Well, the thermacell appears to be working pretty good. It took a little bit to heat the pad up and have it start smoking, and I was getting bit a little bit by mosquitoes while that was happening, but now the last 5 minutes or so haven't had any on me, so it appears this thing works pretty good. I'm going to keep using it and give it some more field tests, and we'll get a review after 5 or 6 more times. But for now, it gets a thumbs up. Well, sun's going down, and I'm going to test a couple other new things I got for the hammock this year. I have an underquilt, which I'm going to try, and inside there's an overquilt in there too. I typically put a sleeping pad in there, and I bring a 30-degree bag for the summer that I usually sleep in with the zipper undone. Once before I tried to make my own underquilt while my mom assisted me, and I made it out of sil nylon, or she did, and we tried putting it underneath, but it didn't trap any heat in there, and unfortunately I used that on the Appalachian Trail and didn't sleep much. But now I have a real underquilt and I have an overquilt, and we're going to see how those work. The low tonight is only supposed to be about 62, so it's not the best test, but I generally get really cold when I sleep. I like to be warm, so I'll see how this does. Alright guys, time to go to bed. Time to test out this underquilt and overquilt. And next time I hope I don't forget my batteries so that I can use my other lamps. This is just my flash on my phone. But time to douse this and get some sleep. See you in the morning. Well, it's morning. And that was a successful night. Stayed warm. The underquilt and overquilt worked perfectly together. I didn't really get any cool spots on my back. Maybe a tiny bit on my feet when they stretched out. But not too bad. So I'm happy. That means I don't have to inflate and deflate and roll up a sleeping pad every time now. Much quicker, much easier to just stuff the underquilt into a sack and be done with it. I think it's time to get out of this and start packing up. Okay, all packed up. And just about time to get out of here. But I'm going to risk getting a little closer to, I think, what are some cabins for the Boy Scouts. take a quick look at those and then we're going to head out. I can see a picnic table and some fresh cut firewood at it. Oh, I did not know that that was a road. Pines North campsite. Well, I was much closer to this than I thought. And I think we'll just come walk this way for a minute. Just take a little peek around the corner, and then we're gonna get out of here. Alright, so there's not a cabin. Oh, that's an outhouse. Yeah, there's not a cabin. But this is one of the camps at the back end of the Boy Scout area here. Fire pit, wood, tables, outhouse, and a road that goes back up to the front. And I was in these pines over to the side here. Not too far from here. I was actually closer to this than I was to the trail that goes through the state recreation area. But I still don't think anyone would have seen me if they'd have come down this road. That Hennessy hammock is a good color green, and the underquilt that I got for it is also a real nice army green. And with all this vegetation, it's just starting to show some leaves, but it's enough that it breaks it up if you're looking through it. All right, time to get out of here. Got out. It's like nobody was here at all. Nice and clean, nothing's left. Not even any trash to pick up to take out. Now back through the thick stuff to get to the trail. And here we are, back to the trail. Nobody around. Now I'm just a day hiker, or even hiking towards the campsite that they do allow backpackers to use. Or I'm just out doing photography. But no one is the wiser that I was there overnight. And you can see those pines back in there. That's where I was. And successful. It was a successful night. Felt great to be out. Bug. Bummer that I forgot my food and beer. But I'm not really hungry right now anyways. I'll get out of here and get a good breakfast. Forgot a few other items too. Everything I have at home is sorted into bins and primarily used for backpacking. And now I've started a few stealther bins. And when I store some of the stuff, it crosses over between the two. So I've got to make sure I make a checklist that I use at home before I go next time. Well, let me get out of here and catch my ride. close to the road. Little descent here. We'll pull out on it. Then it's a short walk down the road to the pickup spot. And off to breakfast. And we're out. Just a short turn and walk here. And then it's to wait for the wife to pick me up. Getting close. Should be just to the top of that hill up there. All right, made it. Pickup location, no cars. Means no turkey hunters out there that I am going to disturb by talking. My wife's not here yet, but she's on her way. And I think I'll grab some breakfast on the way home. First stealth through the season is complete. Not without some major hiccups, but I'll get those resolved. I'll be back out for another one soon. Perhaps the Fellowship of Stealth will begin, but in the meantime, I am the teller of tales, the drinker of ales. I go camping in stealth because it's good for my health. Catch you next time.